This is our AB Calculus 11th week homework, and I want to do a little homework help video. It's just a few of these problems. I'm going to go this set. For problems 1 through 3, find the equation of the line A, tangent, and B, normal to the graph of F that is passing through the given value or values. And this situation here, I'm try to enlarge the function a little bit. We have f of x equals negative 2x to the 3/2 power plus x. And in order to find the equation of a tangent line or normal line or any line, we need two things. We need a point and we need a slope. So I like just putting these items here to the side, just as a reminder of what we need to collect. And we know that our input value through x equals 4. We know our point's going to start out with the coordinate 4. And so I'm going to just complete that point, find the rest of that. So we're going to put f of 4 is equal to negative 2 times 4 to the 3/2 power plus 4 for x. And so what we have here is f of 4 equals negative 2, and we have the square root of this 1/2. This is going to be square root of 4 to the power of 3 plus 4. And the square root of 4 is 2. So I'm going to put negative 2. And square root of 4 is 2. And 2 to the 3rd power is 8 plus 4. So f of 4 is going to be negative 2 times 8, which is going to be negative 16, plus 4 is negative 12. So for a point, we're going to have 4 comma negative 12. Now, we're going to have to find f prime of x to find our slope. And to do that, I'm going to, just with the room we have, I'm going to write this in purple, put f prime of x is equal to, we take this 3/2, which is the power here, and we multiply that out front, times negative 2, and we're going to have x to the power of, if we take 3/2 minus 1, so it's going to be x to the 1/2. And then this x is going to be just, the root of x is going to be plus 1. And so simplifying, we have f prime of x is equal to, now negative 2 over 2, that cancels being negative 1. So we're going to have negative 3, and we're going to have x to the 1/2 is going to be square root of x plus 1. And so now we're going to just be able to plug in 4. So we have f prime of 4 is equal to negative 3 times the square root of 4 plus 1. Well, the square root of 4 is 2, and negative 3 times 2 is going to be negative 6 plus 1. So f prime of 4 is equal to negative 5. And that's going to be the slope of our tangent line. And the slope of our normal line, which we call m sub n, is going to be a negative reciprocal of negative 5. So we're going to have m sub n is going to be 1/5. So our slopes here, we have m sub t equals negative 5, and m sub n is equal to 1/5. Let me make that negative 5 a little more legible if I can. There we go. Negative 5. That's a little better. Okay, so our formulas, our equations are going to be, first one for our tangent line, we're going to have y minus y1, which is going to be minus negative 12. So y plus 12 is equal to our slope of m sub t, which is going to be negative 5. We're going to have x minus 4. So that's going to be that's going to be our tangent line equation. That's going to be actually A. So that's our answer for problem A, part A. Part B is going to be, again, y plus 12. The normal line is going to be exactly the same thing, except the slope is going to be 1/5. 20x minus 4. So that's our answer, part B. Okay, but finding the point, finding the slope, plugging them into the point-slope form, an equation, that's it. I'm going to go to problem 4 now, which is show that y equals 3x minus 2 is a tangent line to y equals x cubed, or x to the third power. Well, we're going to need to find the slope, first of all, of this y equals 3x minus 2. And we have an equation. Let's see here. So let's do that. We say, we're going to say y prime is equal to 3. And so we're going to see if we're going to go ahead and take the derivative of this function here, which is y equals x cubed. We'll say y prime is equal to 3x squared. Now, if we set this, if we have y prime equals 3, we can take this slope of this equation y, 3x minus 2, which is 3, and set that equal to 3x squared. And then we just solve for x. Well, solving for x, if we divide both sides of this equation by 3, we have 1 equals x squared. And so solving for x, we have x is equal to plus or minus 1. So if we, I'm trying to show this a tangent line. So if we plug in to our original equation, we'll get our, so we know that the slope is 3, where x equals 1 and negative 1. So now if we just go ahead and plug in 1, we'll say y sub 1 is equal to 1 to the third power, which equals 1, right? And y sub negative 1 equals negative 1 to the third power, which equals negative 1. So what we're going to do is just try and see using our point slope formula. So we have, our points are going to be possible points. We have 1, comma 1, and negative 1, comma negative 1. And we're just going to try this, see if we get this equation y equals 3x minus 2. Well, we know the slope is 3, so we say, for the first one, we say y minus y sub 1, which is this one here, equals 3 times x minus x1. And for that, we're going to have y minus 1 equals 3x minus 3. And if we add 1 to both sides of this equation, we have y equals 3x minus 2. And so we've shown that at x equals 1, we don't even have to try the second one here, because we know we've already found the correct answer. So we've gone through the steps and we have proven and shown that this function right here is in fact a tangent line to this function right here, our equation y equals x cubed. Next problem we're going to look at is problem 6. It says one point on the graph of y equals 1 over x is a tangent line perpendicular to 4x minus y equals 3. Or it's going to be similar to problem 4, really, in that we're going to take this equation here, 4x minus y equals 3, and to solve this for y, we're going to take, if we add y to both sides of this equation and subtract 3, we have cancellation here of 3 minus 3. On the left side we have negative y plus y. So we have 4x minus 3 is equal to y. So our slope is going to be, we're looking for where our slope is y, we'll say y prime is equal to 4. So let's go ahead and, if we plug in, we can find out this equation. We're going to take y, we're going to look at y equals 1 over x equals x to the negative 1 power. So y prime is equal to negative 1 times x to the negative 2 power, which equals negative 1 over x squared. And so if we take this y prime, and we're trying to find where the tangent line is perpendicular to this one here, we're interested in the tangent line perpendicular. So find the tangent line. This is going to be m sub n equals 4, and our tangent line, m sub t, is going to be negative 1/4. So negative 1/4 is the one we're going to have to use. So if we take this negative 1/4 and replace y prime over here, so we take negative 1/4 is equal to negative 1 over x squared. And so if we kind of flip these equations upside down, we're going to have, and multiply by negative 1, we're going to have 4 is equal to x squared. So x is going to be equal to plus or minus 2. So what we have is we can use that. We say y sub 2 is going to be equal to 1 over negative, it's going to be equal to 1 we'll just plug in. It's going to be equal to 1/2, and y sub negative 2 is going to be negative 1/2. And so our points are going to be we're going to have 2 comma 1/2 and negative 2 comma negative 1/2. So anyway, those are the problems 2, 4, and 6. And I hope this will help you on your homework assignment. And I thank you for viewing.